Hello and welcome to all of you out there on the internet. Welcome to another fun-filled Monday with me, Dakian, rambling about with miniatures. It is today Monday the 21st of October 2019. And first off, I finished all of the Ghosts of Midland Manor. I don't know, it's hard to paint them so that they look translucent. I just try to paint them to look very pale. And of course you can tell by the fact that they're sort of sometimes headless, holding their heads. And this guy doesn't look all that ghostly at all, actually. He's just kind of skeletal. This is more of a floater. And yeah, and of course the classic sheet. No problem identifying that as a ghost, or the headless lady here, or the one with all the chains and balls, the old ball and chain, or for that matter the Grim Reaper here. Yeah, and we have here another clearly ghostly pursuit. I painted the faces kind of gray as well. And this one. So the idea I had with the basis looking like ectoplasm, I don't know, it sort of works, maybe? It's just, if you don't know what it's supposed to be, you might not realize it, but oh well, it was an experiment. Kind of worked. And I'm happy I got all these minis done. So, what else did I do? I actually finished more stuff this week. Been very productive. And what's this? I already finished the zombies. I think they're zombies. Could be ghouls. But you know, considering this guy has a leg to chew on, he might be a ghoul. They could be, you know, they could swing either way, I suppose. These are from Warmonger Miniatures, and they were very, very speed painted very quickly. Got through them because they are extremely basic models after all. And they had details that lended themselves well to speed painting, to painting with washes and glazes. And yeah, 5 more minis down. And at long last, a progress report on this big demon guy, who actually has a name. I checked it on the Heresy website. His name is Azeroth. Not Azeroth, as in the world of Warcraft, but Azaroth, Azeroth. And I think I'm nearing completion on the skin here, at least. He's, I wanted a dark red, but it still pops a little bit. I think I'm, you know, getting to that. Maybe a few more highlights on the face, just to make that stand out a bit more. But otherwise, I think I'm almost done with the skin. Then I can move on to the other sections that have been just base coated, or even just undercoated so far. Not even that. The wings not even base coated. Unless I want to go with this sort of tan look for the wings, I'm not sure. We'll just make it up as we go. Here you can see all the scarecrows with some primer and some, you know, pre-shading, a little bit of a dark brown wash on them, and some brown paint on the bases. I'm thinking I'm actually going to bring all of these to the game store tonight for my painting session. And I won't get all of them completed in that time, but because they're kind of similar, I mean, I can sort of army paint them, production line them, and hopefully get a lot of work done. And yeah, they're kind of cool and scary looking, hopefully. And by next week, they'll be even scarier. And here we're looking at some very newly primed stuff. Almost still wet. Well, it's not wet because it goes on with an airbrush. It dries almost instantly. I tried to prime this guy according to his various pieces. He's mostly armor, except for the skull. So I give him a quick blast of tan primer on that, but dark gray otherwise. I have not found a proper basing solution for this guy yet, so I just primed it, holding it in my hands, with plastic gloves on, of course. And likewise, I primed these hellhounds off their intended basis, because the undersides of them will be very difficult to get to if I attach them to the bases first. So I'm just going to paint them off the bases and somehow attach them later. Find some way to put pins in these small feet. You'll note that I've not gotten around to prepping the Sophie miniature. Just didn't find the time. I prep plastic and metal separately. Never mix them. But definitely by next week I'll have her ready. Might even gotten started on her next week, or even finished. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Yeah. So that, I think, is all the stuff you have seen previously. So we have a bit of a snag here in that the Reaper order I expected to arrive has not arrived yet. Mail is being slow. So I have to think of something else to prep for next week. And then I'm still holding out hope. I'm still slightly gambling that it will arrive like in the middle of this week, so I can quickly prep a few of the Halloween themed minis to paint up for Halloween in time for that and have them ready for you next week. But I need a backup. I need, just in case nothing shows up in the mail this week either, or it comes too late in the week so I don't have time to prepare it. I need another project to start for doing next week. And I pulled out something very different from my stores this time. This is from, you can tell from the packaging, some Dark Sword miniatures. It's part from a Kickstarter. It says here, Stephanie Law Kickstarter, Pack 1, Pack 2, and Pack G, or I, and G. I'm not sure. And you can see that there's a couple of ladies here, but mostly it's animals. It's small animals, small woodland animals. Some natural animals and some like some sort of mini unicorn there. Some fantastical beasts. I like I said, I got these as part of a Kickstarter. It was for miniatures made based on paintings by this artist Stephanie Law, and this is just some of them. I don't remember exactly why I backed it. It just seemed like a cool project at the time, and that this was back in the day when I was still backing everything that looked cool. I don't see any immediate use for these minis in gaming, but what the heck. It's a lot of small minis that I can, and this is the sort of thing in the back of my head, is that I can paint these relatively quickly and improve my number of painted miniatures for a small amount of work, relatively speaking. So yeah, but still, I also feel that this is a different project from what I've been painting recently. It's a fun break, and I look forward to it. So I will be prepping these in any case, in addition to whatever else arrives, if anything, from the Halloween miniatures I ordered. And yeah, that's all I had to say for this week, really. It's the end of the episode now, and as usual, I would like if you click like on it, if you subscribed, if you commented, and join me again in a week. on Monday the 28th. Until then, this is Dakian, signing off.